Welcome back to my channel, Mr. English Studio.
Hi, everyone. It's great to have you with us again. How are you today, James?
I'm feeling great, Emily. I was just thinking about how our daily routines shape so much of our lives. How about you?
Same here. We all do so many small things every day that add up. And talking about daily routines is a perfect way to practice English naturally.
That's exactly what today's episode is about. How to talk about your daily routine in English. Simple, everyday language you can use right away.
Yes, whether you're talking with friends, at work, or just practicing alone, knowing how to describe your daily activities makes a big difference.
So, Emily, what's a good way to start when talking about daily routines?
A great way is to use the present simple tense because routines usually happen regularly, like I wake up at 7 a.m. or she drinks coffee every morning.
Right. And we often use time expressions too, in the morning, after work, or before bed. These help give more detail.
Exactly. Let's try some examples. James, can you say a sentence about waking up?
Sure. I get up at 6:30 every day. Your turn, Emily.
I usually have breakfast at 7 a.m. Now, viewers, try to repeat both sentences after us. Ready?
Repeat with us. I get up at 6:30 every day.
I usually have breakfast at 7 a.m.
Good job. Notice how we use usually to show what happens most of the time, but not always.
James, what if someone wants to talk about something they do sometimes, not every day?
Great question. You can use words like sometimes, often, or rarely to describe frequency. For example, I sometimes go for a walk after lunch.
Okay, viewers, can you say, I sometimes go for a walk after lunch?
Repeat after me. I sometimes go for a walk after lunch.
Perfect.
Now, Emily, how about we talk about the order of activities in a daily routine?
Sure. Usually we describe routines in order using words like first, then, after that, and finally. For example, first, I wake up. Then, I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast.
That's very clear. I think a lot of learners get confused with the order or forget connecting words.
That's true. These words make your story easier to follow. Let's try together. James.
Okay, first I get dressed, then I take the bus to work.
After that, I start my work. Finally, I go home in the evening.
Now, viewers, repeat this whole routine with us. First, I get dressed. Then, I take the bus to work. After that, I start my work. Finally, I go home in the evening.
Awesome. And don't worry if you don't remember all these words at once. Practice little by little.
James, do you have any tips for people who want to practice talking about their day more naturally?
Yes. Try to speak about your own daily routine out loud every day. Use simple phrases and don't worry about being perfect. Also, listen to daily routine conversations in English, like our podcast.
That's great advice. And if you make mistakes, remember it's part of learning. I often correct myself too.
Speaking of corrections, here's a common one. Instead of saying, I take shower, we say, I take a shower or I have a shower.
Ah, yes. Little details like articles a or the can change the meaning or make a sentence sound more natural.
Exactly. Let's repeat this. I take a shower every morning.
I have a shower in the evening. While we're practicing, here's a question for our viewers. Which of these phrases do you use in your daily life? Tell us in the comments.
We really want to hear from you. Sharing your routine helps build confidence and practice more naturally.
So, to start talking about your routine, remember to use present simple tense, include time expressions, talk about the order with words like first and then, and add frequency words like usually or sometimes.
And most importantly, practice speaking every day, even if it's just a little. Your English will improve step by step.
Okay, Emily, I'm excited to dig deeper in the next chapter. But for now, thanks everyone for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Remember, your daily routine can be a great conversation starter.
If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep practicing your English every day. See you next time at Mr. English Studio.
Welcome back to Mr. English Studio. Ready to continue talking about daily routines?
Absolutely. Let's dive deeper and add more natural expressions that people use every day.
In the last chapter, we covered the basics, present simple tense, time phrases, and sequence words. What's next, Emily?
Today, we'll focus on expanding your vocabulary for daily activities and making your sentences more interesting. For example, instead of just I eat breakfast, you can say I grab a quick breakfast or I enjoy a healthy breakfast.
That sounds great. So, using different verbs makes your routine sound more natural and less repetitive.
Exactly. Let's look at some common activities with alternative ways to say them. For waking up, you can say I get up or I wake up. For eating, try I have breakfast, I eat breakfast, or I grab something to eat.
Okay, viewers, try repeating these. I get up at 7 a.m. Pause. I grab a quick breakfast. Pause. How is that?
Nice. Now, let's add some details. Instead of just I go to work, you could say I head to work, or I commute to work, or I start my workday.
I like head to work. It sounds very casual and natural.
Yes, and you can add by car, by bus, or on foot to give more info. For example, I head to work by bus.
Great. Let's practice that. Repeat after me. I head to work by bus. Pause.
Perfect. Now, here's a question. Do you use the same words when you talk about your routine in English? Which ones do you prefer?
We're curious. Let us know in the comments below.
Another thing is talking about how long activities take. For example, it takes me 30 minutes to get ready, or I spend about an hour working every day.
Oh yes, that's useful. How do we say that naturally in English?
You can say, it takes me plus the time. Like, it takes me about 20 minutes to eat breakfast. Or, I spend an hour exercising in the evening.
Got it. Let's try some together. Repeat. It takes me 20 minutes to eat breakfast. Pause. I spend an hour exercising. Pause.
Great. And if you want to talk about habits, you can say, I usually, or I tend to. For example, I usually drink coffee in the morning.
So usually shows what normally happens. What about tend to?
Tend to means you have a habit or preference, but it's a bit softer. For example, I tend to watch TV after dinner, meaning that's your usual habit.
I see. Can we practice that?
Sure. Repeat after me. I usually drink coffee in the morning. Pause. I tend to watch TV after dinner. Pause.
Fantastic. Now for a little challenge. How do we talk about something we do at an exact time, like a scheduled activity?
We use the present simple for schedules too. For example, my class starts at 9 a.m. or the bus leaves at 8:15.
Okay, viewers, try this one. My class starts at 9 a.m. Pause. The bus leaves at 8:15. Pause.
Good job. Talking about schedules is very useful, especially when describing your day or making plans.
Emily, do you have a quick tip on how to make daily routine conversations more interesting?
Definitely. Add adjectives to describe your activities, like I eat a healthy breakfast, I take a short walk after lunch, or I enjoy a peaceful evening.
Adjectives add feelings and details. That makes your English sound more natural and personal.
Exactly. Try this with us. I enjoy a peaceful evening. Pause. I take a short walk after lunch. Pause.
Before we finish, here's a quick practice question for our viewers. Which adjective would you add to describe your morning routine?
We can't wait to see your answers.
Remember, to talk about your daily routine naturally, use different verbs, include how long things take,
Use frequency words like usually or tend to, and add adjectives.
Keep practicing these in real conversations or even by yourself in front of a mirror. The more you practice, the better you sound.
Thanks for joining us for Chapter 2. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more.
See you next time at Mr. English Studio. Keep speaking English confidently.
Welcome back to Mr. English Studio. Ready for another step in mastering daily routines?
Absolutely, James. Today, let's talk about making your daily routine conversation more dynamic and natural.
Great. One thing I notice with learners is that sometimes they stick to simple sentences, but real conversations have variety. How can we add variety, Emily?
A fantastic way is to use adverbs and phrases that show your feelings or thoughts about activities. For example, instead of just, I work in the morning, say, I usually work in the morning and I enjoy it.
So adding emotions or opinions makes your speech come alive. Can you give more examples?
Sure, I always drink tea after lunch because it relaxes me, or sometimes I feel tired in the afternoon, so I take a short break.
I love those. Let's practice some together. Repeat after me. I enjoy working in the morning. I sometimes feel tired in the afternoon.
Very natural. Also, when talking about your routine, you can use expressions to show frequency more precisely. For example, every now and then, once in a while, or hardly ever.
Those sound interesting. What do they mean exactly?
Every now and then and once in a while mean you do something occasionally, not often. For example, I go for a bike ride every now and then. Hardly ever means almost never, like I hardly ever eat fast food.
Very useful. Viewers, repeat these phrases. I go for a bike ride every now and then. I hardly ever eat fast food.
Another way to add detail is talking about where you do your activities. For example, I work from home, I exercise at the gym, or I study in the library.
Right. Adding locations makes your sentences more complete and interesting.
Exactly. And here's a little tip. When you add location, use prepositions like at, in, or on. For example, I study at the library, or I go for a walk in the park.
Prepositions can be tricky. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I study at the library. I go for a walk in the park.
Perfect. Now, James, what about talking about exceptions in routines?
Like when something different happens some days?
Yes, you can use phrases like usually but sometimes or I normally but occasionally. For example, I usually take the bus, but sometimes I walk.
That sounds very natural. Let's try one together. I usually eat breakfast at home, but sometimes I eat out.
Repeat with me, viewers. I usually eat breakfast at home, but sometimes I eat out.
How about we mix it with a question? Asking about routines is important in conversation.
Good idea. You can ask, what do you usually do in the morning? Or do you ever go jogging?
Let's practice a question and answer format. I'll ask and you answer, Emily.
Ready.
What do you usually do after work?
I usually relax by reading a book.
Now, viewers, your turn. What do you usually do after work? Type your answer or say it out loud.
Great way to practice. One last thing. Active versus passive sentences can show variety too.
Can you explain that a bit, Emily?
Sure, most daily routine sentences are active, like I clean my room. But passive adds variety, like my room is cleaned every day. Passive focuses on the action happening rather than who does it.
Interesting. Maybe for beginners, it's easier to use active sentences, but passive is a great way to sound more natural later.
Exactly. Let's practice active first. I cook dinner. Passive. Dinner is cooked at 7 p.m.
Awesome. So today we learned to add emotions, precise frequency phrases, locations with prepositions, exceptions and routines, questions, and some passive voice.
Yes, practicing these will help your daily routine talk sound natural and fluent.
Don't forget to keep practicing out loud and try using new words from each episode.
And if you can, practice speaking with a friend or family member. Real conversations help a lot.
Thanks for spending time with us again. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you next time at Mr. English Studio. Keep making your English better every day.
Hello again. Welcome back to Mr. English Studio. Ready to keep improving how you talk about your daily routine?
Yes, James. Today, let's focus on some common mistakes learners make when describing daily routines and how to avoid them.
That sounds useful. What's a mistake we should watch out for first, Emily?
One very common mistake is mixing up the present simple and present continuous tenses. Daily routines usually use present simple because they happen regularly. For example, I go to work at 8 a.m., not I am going to work at 8 a.m., unless you mean right now.
Right, so present continuous is for actions happening now, or temporary plans, but daily routine needs present simple.
Exactly. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I eat lunch at noon. Pause. Now the incorrect version. I am eating lunch at noon. Pause. The first is correct for routine.
Got it. What other mistakes do learners make?
Another is forgetting the S at the end of the verb for third person singular. For example, he wakes up early, not he wake up early.
That's the tricky one. So if the subject is he, she, or it, the verb usually ends with S in present simple.
Yes, try this one. She goes to the gym every day. Pause. Incorrect version. She go to the gym every day. Pause.
Listeners, try both versions and hear the difference.
Another small but important detail is the use of articles. Some verbs need a or the, like take a shower or have a meeting.
Right, like we talked about before. It's not take shower, but take a shower. Small words make big differences.
Exactly. Let's practice. I take a shower in the morning. Pause. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. Pause.
Could you tell us about common preposition mistakes too?
Sure. Some learners say I go to home, but it's I go home with no to. Or I am at the school, which depends on if you mean inside the building or just the school's general area.
Prepositions can be confusing. Can you give an example for our viewers to repeat?
Yes. Repeat this. I go home after work. Pause. I study at school. Pause.
Great. Now, what about word order mistakes in daily routine sentences?
Word order in English is usually subject, verb, object, time/place. For example, I eat breakfast at 7 a.m., not at 7 a.m. I eat breakfast, unless you want to emphasize time.
Right, so normally keep it simple and natural. Subject, verb, then details.
Exactly. Try this. I watch TV in the evening. Pause. I listen to music after work. Pause.
What about talking negatively about routines?
For negatives, use do not or does not plus the base verb. Example, I do not drink soda every day. For third person singular, he does not play football.
Okay, viewers, repeat these. I do not drink soda every day. Pause. He does not play football. Pause.
Good job. Don't forget contractions. They make speech sound natural, like I don't, he doesn't, etc.
Yes, I don't eat breakfast late is very common in conversation.
Finally, remember to add natural linking words we learned before, like then, after that, usually, to make your speech smooth.
Definitely. One last interactive question. What is one common mistake you make when speaking English? Share with us. Let's learn together.
This is a safe place. Mistakes are part of learning, and we're here to help.
Thank you for joining us for Chapter 4. Keep practicing these tips to sound more fluent and confident.
And if you liked this lesson, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio.
See you in the next chapter, everyone. Keep speaking English every day.